What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel and my podcast once again. So we're going to be checking out my boy Future Boy Hughes on Mortal Kombat 1's official character bio. So without further ado, let's get to it. Let's get it.
Welcome, combatants. So a lot of information has dropped on characters and their backstories now, and we can finally see who's who and what's what. So do like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, follow me on TikTok and Rumble. It's really funny how Mortal Kombat things keep dropping nowadays. When I've gone to sleep, it's like they say, wait till Future Boy's gone to sleep. It feels like it. So shout out to Evil Emperor. He was the one who I saw first post this game info and saying about exactly if you go on the site, you will find this stuff out. So thank you very much, Emperor. But yes, so we have this. I've shown it in a video format first. As you can see, Fire God Liu Kang, and then you have the Grandmaster of the Lin Kuei, so he's the Grandmaster instead. And then we have Revered Lin Kuei Warrior, which is Scorpion, then you'll see why. Then we have Princess Kitana, then 20th Century Action Hero, which is a really good name for him. And then obviously we have Restorer of his family name, interesting thing for Kenshi. Then Youthful Warrior with Dreams of Glory, what a name for Kung Lao. Then we have Heir to the Outworld Throne, because we know she's going next with the throne. And then Village of Fengian, I think it says Fenjingyang. Raiden was known for his kindness and his charity. He was happy to spend his days tending to the fields as well as to his friends and family. So when he's asked to leave and become one of the Earthrealm champions, Raiden hesitates because as soon as he realizes the best serves his village, he must join. As he threatens Earthrealm's mount, Raiden must mature into a great warrior.
That is pretty much the true oranges is how Raiden became to be being the champion of Earthrealm, defending his home country against those who dared to destroy the village and all of that. Being the fact that he was like the original Raiden, not the Raiden we know before. You know, and then when he was cheering for his comrades, his warriors, to become the fighters to defend Earthrealm, then it was looking at Liu Kang to become the champion that we all know and love, which is kind of interesting. So I like this version of Raiden because of how they're going back way, all the way back to the beginning, but has been done right. This is how you do it, and I'm glad that they're giving Raiden a true origin story.
Already seen the responsibilities of Raiden becoming what Liu Kang was, of knowing that the Earth depends on him. So he's like the champion of Earthrealm, which is why his name is Champion of Earthrealm. Then we have Kung Lao, born and raised in the village of Fenjian again, or Fenjian. Kung Lao has spent his life toiling in the fields, and he's been a more honourable life, if not a glorious one. Kung Lao's greatest fear is that his life will amount to nothing. He prays fervently that he will be called to do something bigger. He prays and answers when he is asked to join the champions of Earthrealm as a warrior fighting for its honor. Kung Lao.
Kung Lao is kind of like this Christian fighter, when you're praying to God for whatever it is that you want to do with your life, that becomes more vulnerable, and yet to become more successful with your business or whatever it is that you want to do, just while maintaining a normal lifestyle. So that's pretty much where I'm getting from Kung Lao, is that he wants to live a normal life, but as soon as someone is calling upon his name, he is there to become something even bigger.
It's the same mentality as the more recent one, that he wants to be a part of something bigger and to be remembered more, especially if this is the great Kung Lao or he's the ancestor to him. He wants to have that same dignity. So once in the ancient Japan's most honored families, the Takahashis, were decimated in battle. They lost everything, including the emblem of their power, the revered sword of Sento. Those who survived joined the Bakuto and predecessors of the Yakuza for its protection. 5 centuries later, Kenshi is raised on the stories of his ancient family's exploits. Detesting his corruption of Yakuza life, he plans to free the Takahashis.
In his animated film, he was kind of like this cocky teenager who, I guess, was living in life, even though he was like a skilled fighter. But when Quan Liang, the older version of Sub-Zero, was training him to become the Quan Chi we know, him fighting against Quan Chi and them trying to protect the hourglass or whatever it is. And I think this origin story of Kenshi is more interesting than the one we had in the movie, which I do appreciate the most for giving us that. But I think in this game, it's going to give us more answers that we've been questioning the most, basically. So I love how they're trying to get everything back from losing everything from the power, from the Yakuza. And so Quan Chi is going to end up becoming the person that we all know and love today.
Way of making it, giving him more backstory to this. So he's not just a Yakuza, but he's someone fighting to free his family's name from their grasp. Very interesting. Now, Johnny Cage, like a man stars before him, Johnny becomes addicted to his fame. He can measure his self-worth by his fans' adoration and their praise him on social media. But with his star now fading, Johnny is fighting an uphill battle to remain relevant. He joins Liu Kang's Earthling Champions, hoping that this will provide...
You know what, honestly, it's Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage, we already know about this cat. He wants to be this Hollywood big celebrity in the world, one of the best martial artists and martial arts action stars of all time. I mean, we already knew about this guy before, a long time ago. So I think in this game, we're going to get a clear origins of how fame becomes addicted. No. Fame becomes a drug. You know what it's saying? Fame is a hell of a drug. Just like cocaine is a hell of a drug. So basically, Johnny Cage, he wants to be this Jean-Claude Van Damme wannabe. And so even though his movies back in the day was successful, even though he competed in the real Mortal Kombat tournament, and so that's how he's ended up making movies based off of his adventures. So this is not only interesting, but I think we're going to get a clear information as to how he was able to join Liu Kang and the rest of the Earth Realms champions to defend it, basically.
So right there, I knew they would do a Johnny Cage. They didn't do the Johnny Cage that's washed up or failing actor, but his star's kind of dimming, so he's not as popular as he used to be. So obviously this is a really cool way for Johnny to be, and he's probably going to obviously get his honor to realize there's more to that than what people think in life.
Yes, my girl
Kitana
has
one purpose in life: to aid and protect her older sister Melina as she prepares to rule Outworld one day. The steady-handed Kitana ignores the call of those who advocate that she should replace her impulsive sister as heir. Instead, Kitana will defend the realm by fighting to make Melina the best empress possible. She will also fight to hide the dark secret that could end her sister's reign before it began. And we obviously know that reign is possibly the top
I love that information
that
right
she
there.
has
this
right now.
Interesting.
So this will make her into Melina that we know and love. She's fighting the side to make sure things go good, but we obviously know that's not going to work, and they are going to verse each other, and Melina will lose that heir. So, born mere seconds ahead of her twin sister, Melina is a rightful heir to Outworld's throne. But even so, there are those who distrust Melina's impulsiveness. The whispers that Kitana, with her steadier hand, should replace Melina as heir to the throne. As Melina fights the legitimacy she hides her horrible secret, she's infected with the dreaded and lethal Takata disease, where the infection found out, the Melina would be forced into...
Damn, dude! Like, damn! I mean, Melina, now that we know that she was the queen of, like, Ardania, right? But this disease that she's gotten, I think we're going to end up seeing that in the game because of the story. But once Kitana discovers, like, the darkest secret, she's going to have to fight for the throne in order to become the new queen of Ardania. So Melina, even though she's like this evil version of her sister, she's like the heel of the faction. But I think for the most part, based on this information in the character bios that I'm seeing right now, but when it comes to the target disease, it's going to end up causing your teeth and your mouth to become deformed that we've seen right now. And it's going to cause her mind to become more corrupt and evil. Because remember, someone let me know in the comments down below if King Jared is Melina's and Kitana's father. We know Kitana is King Jared's dad, but is Melina's the daughter of King Jared? Someone let me know in the comments down below because I'm Because I'm hella confused right now.
Planted the seeds of destruction by making the whispers be heard by her that Kitana's better than her. But knowing that the disease could throw her throne away, someone would fight her and take it, which is interesting. So it seems word of mouth is going to get out even more, and the crowd's voices are going to be heard louder when they want Melina to step down because Kitana's better than her. And that's going to also fuel the fire, what eventually turns out to what we know. So as the Lin Kuei Grandmaster, Sub-Zero leads his ancient warrior clan in the defense of Earthrealm from external threats. For centuries, it has been in their solemn task, but Earthrealm hasn't been threatened in generations, and Sub-Zero sees no point in limiting his clan to preparing for dangers that may never come. Under his leadership, the Lin Kuei will come out of the shadows and fight for its place as one of Earthrealm's greatest nations. So we can see he's already on that dominancy pathway that he's going to take, which he's going to want to.
But my thing is this, though. Now that we know that Hanzo and Bihan are brothers now, will we get to see the true oranges of Sub-Zero becoming the official heel in Mortal Kombat 2? I mean, in Mortal Kombat 1, because Bihan is already evil. So, according to that, you know, it was originally thought that Bihan killed Hanzo's family, and so now in this game, they're now brothers. So I think we could end up seeing the oranges of how Sub-Zero became to be that we know of him being the evil version of Bihan before he became New Saibot. Because based on this information, he's already a dominance. So all of this makes perfect sense to me.
Didn't quite become what it is, and because he's the Grandmaster now, this is even different for Bihan. He finally got what he wanted, which was to be Grandmaster. But is he good though? Like his cherished father, Scorpion is dedicated to the Lin Kuei and his defense of Earthrealm. When his father died, Scorpion was bereft took his pride in knowing that his brother Sub-Zero would succeed in their father as the Lin Kuei Grandmaster. But Sub-Zero's unprecedented, you don't know how many times I messed up on that word, but moves to cast off the Lin Kuei's traditional duties have frozen Sub-Zero's enthusiasm. He fears that he may one day have to battle his brother for control over the Lin Kuei's legacy. So you can see that both of them here are official brothers. They have the same father, though it does not state his name. We do not know if he is Kuai Liang or if he's...
Here's what I want to know. Where is Kuai Liang in the game, though? He'll probably show up in the sequel after Mortal Kombat 1. I don't know. He might come later, like an update or something like that. I don't know. But I do like where this is going, that after his dad passed away at the hands of the Lin Kuei or some other assassins, you know, he wanted to make sure that his brother will also lead the Lin Kuei the right way to seek revenge in honor of their dad. Basically, is what I'm getting from this, though. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below.
Different name, or it could be that it legit is Kuai Liang, but I don't know. I don't feel like it will be Kuai Liang. They might give him Kuai Liang's look from MK11, but he will be Hanzo Hasashi instead, because when he makes obviously the Shirai Ryu, if that should ever happen, when that should ever happen, I do feel like he will go over once he fights his brother, and when he whoops his brother will take the Lin Kuei, and they will become something fierce. He will become something wicked and dark, and then obviously they will go over to a different side and make the Shirai Ryu, which will be yellow, which is why he chooses the yellow, because he has that fire that burns inside of him of protection, that warmth, whereas his brother is cold and he hasn't got that. He wants the power, he wants all this and that, which is exactly what we're running from with all this. It's very interesting to see the storylines that they have made, that they have balanced, that they have made to come through with this. We didn't actually know how they would work out or how they would be. There's probably a lot of people who will not like some of these storylines, but to me I like this, because even though they're both brothers, it still shows that they're both going to end up fighting someday, and they're both not going to want the title of the Lin Kuei. What that might change into, we don't know. Melina and Kitana's one is really good. I like that the Tarkatan thing is a disease. It explains instead of an experiment, it's a disease that she has caught. So that means anyone was able to get this, which is something really, really bizarre and unique. But it seems that she was unfortunate to get that demonic thing. As we know, Tarkatans are like demons type thing. So it's a plague, it's a disease that they have. So obviously this is interesting. Obviously for Scorpion, like I said, the colors that he wears will signify that he's the warmth side of his brother. Whereas,
you know, I think regardless of what other versions they're going to end up doing in Mortal Kombat. This game, however, is going to go all the way back to how these characters came to be, of where these characters get their powers, their iconic moves from, and how Raiden came to be. Because if you remember in my trailer reaction video I've done a while back, you know, he was pretty much training under Shaolin along with Ken Shi. So I think that's how Raiden got his powers from. And he's a young Raiden. So all of this makes total sense, and I love what they're doing here in this game.
And see how they're going to delve into things. By having others like Raiden being the champion of Earthrealm, brilliant.
Yeah.
And Kung Lao wanting
Exactly.
more, that's awesome. Little things that they've done, little touches that they have changed and everything. It's very interesting to see how everything's going to
job
come
on the
out,
changes.
people. And
I
I
love
can't
this
wait
a lot.
to see this. And Ken Shi's one, I'm very intrigued about the Yakuza side and the family that he wants to free. But let me know what you guys...
Once again, shout out to my boy Future Boy Who on this video. I think it's obvious to me that they're actually going somewhere with this story, because I think with Melina having this type of disease that causes her mouth to get these sharp teeth that can bite and kill people that we know today, I think that's going to be the biggest key points of this origin game, because of how Liu Kang was able to go back in time in Mortal Kombat 1. And I think Raiden is going to end up making Liu Kang the champion. Maybe if he would have gotten his original form back in Mortal Kombat 1, I think Liu Kang would have probably become immortal. Basically, I don't know. I think the disease that Future was talking about, or what the bio was talking about of Melina is getting, is pretty much like the new STD of Mortal Kombat. I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but that's just basically what I'm seeing. So, if y'all enjoy my reaction and my thoughts, let me know in the comments down below, and I gotta go.